today I'm going to present about Rome. So first off, why did I choose this place? I choose Rome because it has a mild climate and it's also near the sea, which I find perfect. And I also really like the architecture style and the long history Rome has. And another reason is I really like the cuisine, which largely consists of pizza and pasta. Now to start off, some facts. Rome is the capital city of Italy. It has a population of 2.8 million and its borders on the Mediterranean Sea. Some more facts. Modern Rome has 280 fountains and over 900 churches, and there's one fountain in particular which is quite famous. It's called the Trevi Fountain, and over 700,000 euros worth of coins are thrown into that fountain every year, and all the money goes to Caritas. And tossing coins into fountains is actually a tradition in Rome and Italy, and it should give you good luck if you do that. There is a saying, all roads lead to Rome, which comes from the early built road networks built by the ancient Romans, and the road networks were very evolved for that time. And Rome became the official capital of Italy in 1870. Before that it was Florence, which is also a popular city today. So where exactly is Rome? Rome is located central west of the Italian peninsula, and it's along the shores of the Tiber, which is also a popular river, and it covers an area of 1.2 thousand square kilometers. So now some locations you have to visit if you go to Rome. Probably the most famous and iconic building in the entire city is the Colosseum. It was constructed between 70 and 80 AD and was expected to hold up to 80,000 spectators. Games and gladiator tournaments were hosted in them, and it was regularly visited by the current Roman emperors, which enjoyed the games. Today you can easily visit it because there is a metro station nearby. The St. Peter's Square is located in the Vatican City, where many religious events take place every year, for example on Christmas or on Easter. In the center of the square there's a giant statue of an obelisk, and at the end is the St. Peter's Basilica, and basilica is just a fancy word for church or temple. Another great place to visit is the Trastevere. It's an ancient part of Rome, and it's considered one of the few places where you can actually experience the authentic Roman life. And it is located on the west side of the Tiber, and there are a lot of ancient houses, pubs and restaurants there. Probably the most, if you're into history, probably the most famous ruins beside the Colosseum is the Forum Romanum. It's an ancient site that consists of many ruins that were once the center of the Roman public and also the political life. There were lots of markets, and there are also various temples, for example the temples of Saturn, Titus, Vesta, and much of these structures actually still stand today, or part of them, and you can still visit them. And especially if you want to learn about the history, this is definitely a place you don't want to miss out on. Now, the people and the culture. The language spoken is obviously Italian. Actually 93% of the people are native Italians. And one of the reasons why Rome is so big and relevant today is the long history of Rome, but I will get into that a bit later on. And also Rome is trying to keep the historic architecture style, and I think because Rome is also an important place for the entire Catholic religion because of the Vatican City, people in Rome are often more religious. I found out that the family structure in Rome and entire Italy is quite different than to Austria, so you will often find multiple generations living in one household. For example, there is a son who lives with his granddad or something like this, so you will often find up to 15 people in one house or apartment. And I can speak from experience if I say that the vast majority of Italians, especially the older generation, are very nice people. So like, they greet you on the street even though you don't know them or something, so they're very nice people. Now some famous people from Rome. Julius Caesar, he's arguably the most well-known ancient Roman, and probably everyone has heard of him and of his doings. He was a warrior at first, and then he became a self-appointed dictator, and later was stabbed in the back by one of his friends. Spartacus wasn't actually a Roman, but he was captured by the Romans and was forced to fight as a gladiator, and became quite famous because he was one of the best gladiators. Romulus and Remus were the founders of Rome, also more on that later, and Romulus killed Remus in the end and named the city after himself. And of course, the Pope, technically he lives in the Vatican City and it's a state of its own, but it is completely surrounded by Rome and is also very small, the Vatican City, so I'm gonna count the Vatican City to Rome for now. And the Pope is obviously the head of the Catholic Church. So now some history. A big part of Rome is its history, and that's also a reason why people are traveling there so much. The city was founded 753 before Christus, and it was the capital city of the Roman Empire, and probably one of the most, if not the most relevant and big city at that time. There's also a founding legend which goes something like this, that there were two brothers. They were raised by a mother wolf, and in an argument Romulus killed his brother Remus. They argumented about where the city would be built and who would rule it, and Romulus killed Remus and named the city after himself. And probably if the roles would be reversed, so Remus killed Romulus, then the city would probably be called something like Remo. Rome was also the first republic city, which means that the male citizens could also have elections and vote of who would rule over Rome for a period of time. Obviously women haven't had this choice at the time, and so because of Rome we now have the system we have today in most of the countries. Now the local cuisine, this might sound a bit stereotypical, but a large part of the local cuisine actually consists of pizza and pasta, but also because Rome is located near the sea, you can also find a lot of fish and seafood related things implemented in the cuisine. Now my comparison. On the left picture you can see an old district with rather old buildings, although they may not be the original buildings, because in Italy, if an old building breaks down, they're often rebuilt in the exact same shape to kind of keep the old atmosphere. And on the right side you see a modern district, but these are very rare in Rome, and the majority are like these old districts. Now my playlist. These are just some Italian songs I found, and thank you for your attention.